Hey yo, first and foremost, shout out to Lamont Roach and Tank. That was a great fight. I enjoyed it. But yo, I'm making this video because for the whole build-up, y'all were killing me over my victory over Lamont, saying that he wasn't worthy of the Tank fight. But at the end of the day, I don't care what y'all say. I got that W. That's all I'm saying. I got the W.
The boxing world is buzzing after the intense showdown between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. Here are the most shocking reactions to the fight. Here's a refined and more engaging version of your text. Lamont Roach Jr. and Gervonta Tank Davis, a rivalry reignited ****. Lamont Roach Jr. is no stranger to Gervonta Davis. Their history dates back to their amateur days, where they clashed twice, setting the stage for their high-stakes rematch. Roach's father and trainer, Lamont Roach Sr., has watched Davis rise to superstardom, but past familiarity meant nothing leading up to this fight. The tension was palpable, the atmosphere electric. "My mindset is to beat him," Roach told Boxing Scene before the fight. Roach captured his title in November 2023 by defeating Hector Luis Garcia on the undercard of David Benavidez's victory over Demetrius Andrade. He then defended it once against Fergal McCrory on ProBox TV before earning the biggest opportunity of his career, a showdown with Davis. "This camp is different because I feel like they are counting me out," Roach admitted. His words came in response to Terence Crawford, who stirred the pot with his candid remarks. The former undisputed champion suggested that only two fighters, his friend Shakur Stevenson and stablemate Keyshawn Davis, had the skill to truly challenge Tank Davis. Davis, known for his relentless finishing ability, had already built a fearsome reputation. He stopped Frank Martin in his only fight of 2024, following his brutal knockout of Ryan Garcia the year before. Roach was stepping into what many saw as an insurmountable challenge. But history has shown that underdogs can shock the world, just as Muhammad Ali did against George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. Roach wasted no time setting the tone for fight night, kicking things off with a poetic prediction. "Roses are red, violets are blue, March 1st sounds like, and the new asterisk." But if there's one thing Tank Davis doesn't do, it's back down, especially when trash talk is involved. His response was sharp and dismissive. "Roses are red, violets are blue, March 1st sounds like, don't worry, baby, you'll be home soon from the hospital. Asterisk." The exchange sent fans into a frenzy. Some praised the confidence, others dismissed it as empty bravado. But one thing was clear, the fight had captured the boxing world's imagination. Terence Crawford's take asterisk. As the fight approached, Terence Crawford reignited the debate over Tank Davis's level of competition. He insisted that, aside from Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis, few could truly test him. "They might have a little skill here and there," Crawford said, "but mentally, they're not going to be able to keep it up for the whole fight." So, was Lamont Roach Jr. just another name on the list of fighters deemed unworthy? Crawford didn't mention him as one of the challengers who could hand Tank his first defeat. Instead, he doubled down. "Those two guys, Shakur and Keyshawn, are going to be the ones to beat Tank." Asterisk. With all eyes on fight night, Roach had the chance to prove the doubters wrong. Would he rise to the occasion, or would Davis continue his reign of dominance? The answer was just moments away. This version sharpens the storytelling, improves readability, and keeps the energy high. Let me know if you'd like any adjustments.
When I said it on Twitter, it went viral when I said the top 5 thing. A lot of people agreed, a lot of people disagreed. Tank said I was a meat lover. He came in like, "Oh, this guy, you a meat lover."
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Here's a more polished and engaging rewrite of your text. ### Mikey Garcia weighs in on Davis vs. Roach and the future of the lightweight division. Former champion Mikey Garcia shared his thoughts on the highly anticipated showdown between Gervonta Tank Davis and Lamont Roach in an interview with Fight Hub TV. While analyzing the matchup, Garcia also explained why a potential clash between Davis and Shakur Stevenson doesn't particularly excite him, despite it being one of the most intriguing and unpredictable fights in boxing today. "I think Tank is one of the very best fighters, definitely in the lightweight division," Garcia said before the fight. "I don't think Roach poses a huge threat. Tank is extremely talented, highly skilled, and incredibly experienced. He's faced nearly every style there is, and his power is just different. He has knockout punching power, and he carries the confidence to use it." Garcia doubled down on his prediction, saying, "It's hard to bet against Tank. No disrespect to Roach, but Tank is a beast. He proves it every fight, and I expect him to win this one too. Shakur Stevenson, master technician, but not a fan favorite? Shakur Stevenson embodies the classic hit and don't get hit philosophy, using slick movement, elite defense, and lightning-fast reflexes to dominate his opponents. However, his style has faced criticism for being less exciting compared to knockout artists like Davis. Garcia admitted he wasn't particularly thrilled by the idea of a Davis-Stevenson matchup. "I'm actually not a big fan of that fight," he said. Shakur Stevenson is an incredible fighter. He has the talent, footwork, reflexes, and counterpunching ability to be one of the best. But he fights his fight no matter what. Winning is winning for him, and he doesn't care if it excites the fans or not. As a fan, Garcia admitted that while he respected Stevenson's skill, he preferred matchups with fighters who were more willing to engage. "I'd rather see Tank fight Lomachenko," he said. "Loma has great footwork, speed, and reflexes, but he's also more inclined to trade punches. That would be a more exciting fight." Garcia went on to predict that Stevenson's style could make it difficult for him to land the biggest fights. Shakur is a great fighter in terms of skill, but not necessarily a great fighter for the fans. He'll struggle to get the big fights unless he changes his style a bit and engages more. Tank Davis, a knockout artist with a ruthless reputation. Unlike Stevenson, Gervonta Davis has built a reputation as a destructive finisher. The Baltimore native rarely lets his fights go the distance, boasting a highlight reel of jaw-dropping knockouts. Whispers from the gym suggest that Tank doesn't just overwhelm opponents in the ring, he also leaves much heavier sparring partners battered behind closed doors. With 29 knockouts in his 31 career victories, his power is undeniable. Veteran boxing commentator Jim Lampley predicted before the fight that Davis would add another devastating finish to his record. Lamont Roach has done his best to stay optimistic, Lampley said. He's pointed out that he knows Tank from their amateur days. He's motivated, he understands the financial upside of an upset, but he still hasn't provided a convincing strategy for how he's going to solve the puzzle that is Gervonta Davis. Lampley continued, even if Tank didn't have his shocking punching power, he would still be an elite lightweight. His crafty southpaw style, clever footwork, and killer instinct make him special. But his power, his ability to completely dismantle opponents, is what sets him apart. Comparing Davis to a predator, Lampley described his ability to patiently stalk his opponents before exploding into violent, picture-perfect knockouts. "It's reminiscent of young Mike Tyson," he said. Davis is beyond the developmental stage now, but he's still outclassing opponents who don't realize what they're up against until it's too late. When asked about Roach's chances, Lampley didn't hold back. "Roach is a solid fighter with a strong background. But when I asked one of the most experienced boxing writers I know what chance Roach had, his response was, the same chance a caterpillar has against a steamroller." Bernard Hopkins issues a warning. Legendary champion Bernard Hopkins also weighed in on the Davis vs. Roach showdown during an interview with Michelle Joy Phelps of Fight Hub TV. "Tank Davis gives everyone problems, ****, Hopkins said. But the burden is on Roach to prove he belongs. Hopkins emphasized that Tank couldn't afford to underestimate Roach, despite being the heavy favorite. "Roach is a real fighter," he warned. "He can box, he can punch, and he's confident. Tank needs to take him seriously." Earlier in the year, Roach was initially lined up to face interim titleist Albert Baturgazev, but the fight never materialized. Eventually, he got his shot against Davis, a dream opportunity, but one that came with enormous pressure. "Anything can happen in boxing," Hopkins cautioned. "Both guys need to show up at their best. Tank has to be ready."